I was recently looking through family photos from a reunion, and I was trying to find one person in particular. But after a while, I kind of realized, oh man, they must have been the person behind the camera taking the photos because I could not find any photos of that person. And I knew they were at that event, right? And they were making sure how to take care of everyone else and capture their photos. And so I don't think she was trying to hide specifically, but it made me think about how easy it is for us women, especially in midlife, to disappear into the role of taking care of everyone else and then miss out being in the photos because we're serving and we're supporting and helping others. And so we end up staying out of sight. Right? Long enough in a way that once we are seen, it feels unfamiliar. And so one day we might actually realize that, now we're in this new season and this new season's asking something different of us, right? Maybe God is asking you to step forward and be seen in this next season in a different way. And so if we've not met yet, I'm Michelle Rose, and I love helping Christian midlife women use simple strategies and style tools to build that confidence, feel more radiant, and then show up as the woman of God that He has created you to be. And so today we're going to be talking about colors, necklines, and jewelry. And not in a complicated way. We're not going to get into the nit and grit of things, but in a very practical way where you can walk away with something actually tangible that you can do today. Because what you wear around your face can either brighten you and bring you to life on camera, or it can compete with you and make you want to pull yourself back and hide. And so by the end of this episode, you will have a few simple things to test and a better understanding of what may be working for you on camera and against you on camera. So one of the first things to understand is that less is more on camera. So what looks cute in person does not always translate well on video or camera. And a top with a lot of colors, like a busy print or too much going on near the face, can actually make the camera feel confusing and noisy. And when that happens, people really are not able to see you at all. Their eyes are bouncing around. They're trying to take in the whole outfit. So when you are on camera, I usually tell women to start with solids or simple prints. You want the attention to go to your eyes and your expression and your smile and your message, right? Not to all the activity happening in your shirt. And when it comes to color, this is where it gets really personal. There is no one magical color for every woman. Your best colors depend on your skin tone, your contrast, your hair, your eyes, and honestly, even the season that you're in right now. And so sometimes what used to work 10 or 20 years ago is not the color that makes you come alive now. The easiest way to start figuring this out is not to overthink it. Go to a store, pull a few colors that you're curious about, hold them up near your face, and take a selfie photo. That part matters the most because sometimes the mirror can be hard to read, but pictures do not lie. I remember helping a woman do this one time, and we took two photos back to back about 20 seconds apart. In one picture, the color made her look more tired, brought out dark circles under her eyes, and in the other, her skin looked brighter, her face looked more alive, more awake, she looked happier, and everything just came to life. Same woman, same lighting, same day, different color, just 20 seconds apart. And so that is why I want you to trust the photo more than your assumptions or what you can see in a mirror. And I also think the reason for your photo or video matters. For example, I try to stay away from neutrals around my face in family photos. And I say that as someone who really loves black, right? But when you think about family pictures, they're going to learn something about you from these photos. They're going to remember the energy and the warmth and the life that you carried. So sometimes it is worth stretching ourselves a little bit and move past what feels the safest, because there may be a bigger reason to choose a color that feels like more alive than just black. And this is where I will just slightly say that there really is something to what feels more energizing and harmonious around your face. Some colors seem to bring more life. Others seem to drain it, right? And so we can talk more about that another time. But for now, just start noticing what gives your face more light. So your first step here is simple. Stop guessing and start testing. Try the color on, take a picture, compare them side by side. Ask a friend for help if you're having a hard time analyzing those photos. Reach out to me. So if you want help doing that, I created a worksheet for you inside the Facebook group so you can go walk through this in a simple, practical way without feeling overwhelmed. And if you want more personal support, reach out to me for a complimentary session. I can help you narrow down your power colors and even meet you on Zoom while you're at the store draping those colors so that you could actually see what brings your face to life. Because sometimes the difference between hiding and feeling ready to show up is not some huge makeover. I know that's dreamy to think of, but sometimes it just is finally finding the color that lets your face shine. Once you start paying attention to the color, the next thing to notice is the frame around your face, and that is your neckline. This matters more than most women actually realize, especially on camera. A lot of times women think the issue is their face or their weight or that they're just not photogenic. But sometimes the real issue is the neckline. It's pulling attention away from the face instead of helping the face stand out. So the mindset I want you to have is this. The right neckline helps elongate the neck and draw the eye upward. You want the area around your face to feel open, that your face becomes the focus. So for example, a V-neck often works really well because it creates length, it opens things up, naturally draws the eye up and in. A boat neck can feel elegant and feminine, but depending on the woman, it can also create a broader shoulder line, right? Because there's a horizontal line across the shoulders. So it isn't always the best, but test it in a photo. A crew neck can feel simple and classic, but if it comes too high, it can visually shorten the neckline. A mock turtleneck and a turtleneck can look chic, but on camera they can sometimes feel heavier near the face, especially if you're already wanting more openness or lightness in the photo. And a cowl neck can add weight on the camera too. I love a good cowl neck just for fun, but when we're specifically talking about being on camera, that extra fabric can sometimes feel heavier and add more weight than you realize. That does not mean any of these are right or wrong. It just means they all create a different effect for the camera. And I also want to say this clearly, big collars can be distracting. Anything too oversized or too fussy, too structured, or too busy near that neckline can start competing with your face. Instead of helping people connect with your eyes and expression, it creates another focal point. And that is not really what you want in a photo or a video, is it? Because the truth is, when people look back at their photo later, they want to see you. They want to see your face, your smile, your eyes, and your presence. They are not looking back thinking, wow, look at that neckline. They want to connect with you. Your outfit should support that and not steal from that. The goal is not to overanalyze every shirt in your closet, right? It is just to start noticing that some necklines feel more open, lifted, and flattering, while others can feel heavier or more closed off on camera. And I'm reminding you, we're talking about being on camera. And so when you try on these tops, do not just ask yourself, is this cute, right? Ask, does this help my face stand out? Does this feel open and flattering? Does this support me or does it compete with me? Because your face is the message. The neckline is just the frame. And now, once you have your color and your neckline working for you, jewelry is where you can play a little. This is the fun part because jewelry says something before you ever open your mouth. It gives people a little clue about your personality. It can feel playful, feminine, artistic, wise, simple and bold, dramatic, classy, or a little funky. You get to decide what the message is that you want to send. But here is the key. You have to be honest with yourself. Does the jewelry highlight you, or does it sit on top of you and draw too much attention to itself? Because even if a piece is big, bold, and dramatic, it should still look like it belongs on you, like a second skin. It should feel connected to your essence and not like it's wearing you. And this is where I have really learned to stay in my lane. For example, I have learned that when I wear gold, it can make my skin look yellow. But on my sister, gold looks beautiful. It looks elevated and rich and completely natural on her. For me, my personal favorite is a good old gunmetal silver. It's simple, a little edgy, a little dirty in that rock star kind of way, and it just works better with my haircut and my overall style. So instead of owning every metal for every occasion, I have learned to shop in my comfort zone and stay in my lane. That is what I want for you too. I do not want you to feel like you have to collect all of the things, spend a lot of money, wear what everybody else is saying is classy and elevated. I want you to experiment and notice what actually makes you feel amazing, what makes you feel like yourself, and what makes you feel on top of the world when you put it on, because that's the clue. And it is so personal. One of my daughters loves vintage jewelry and the other one loves rose gold, and they're twins, right? Those are very different energies, but very different expressions too. And neither one is wrong. It is about what fits the person. And again, we're talking about being on camera. Sometimes a piece that feels amazing in person can read as too much on video. And sometimes the opposite is true. Sometimes a bolder earring, more shine, or a stronger lip actually looks incredibly natural once the camera flattens everything out. I remember one day putting on a bold hot pink lipstick and thinking I was going to look like a clown. And I really did not think I could pull it off at all. But then I took a picture and somehow it looked so natural. It did not look loud or overdone at all. It just looked right. That was such a good reminder to me that the camera changes things. So this is where I want women to experiment instead of assume things. Try the earrings, try the metal, try the necklace, try the hot pink lipstick, right? Take the picture and see what happens. You may find that the piece you thought was too much actually brings your face to life. Or you may find that something you love in theory is putting attention away from your face instead of bringing the attention back to you. This is the mindset that I want you to have. Jewelry should help bring attention back to your face, not away from it. So ask yourself, does this feel like me? Does it support the message I want to send? And does it bring light, life, and personality to my face? Or is the first thing people see is the jewelry instead of me? Because when someone looks at your photo or watches your video, they want to connect with you, not the jewelry. The jewelry should be a part of the story, but not the whole story, right? So as we wrap this up, I want to bring this back to the deeper heart behind everything we talked about today. Yes, color matters. Yes, necklines matter. And yes, jewelry matters. But underneath all of that, what we are really talking about is letting yourself be seen in the photos, on video, in this season of your life. Because the truth is, your future generations will look back at these images one day, and they may not have a book full of all your stories. They may not know every detail of what you walked through, but they will get to know and see something about you through your presence. And I think this hits me personally because I wish there were more pictures of my nanny, the one person that everyone thinks that I look like and reminds them of. I wish I could see more of who she was, more of her expression, more of her presence, more of the little things that made her her, right? This is the part of why this matters to me now. Your family may not have every story written about you, but they can still know something beautiful about you through the way you let yourself be seen. They will see it if you were playful or wise or had warmth and strength and spark and joy and boldness, right? For me, when my family looks back, I want them to see the spark in me. I want them to see the spunk that I carried. Because the deeper truth is that I have had to fight for that. I've had to fight through health battles, insecurities, and things that could have easily made me shrink back. So when I show up on camera, the image is not just about my style. It is a reflection of God's redemption in my life and the ways He's helped me overcome. Right? So sometimes showing up in a photo or on camera is not just about being visible. Sometimes it's a quiet testimony. So let this be your encouragement today. Do not wait until you feel perfect. Do not wait until everything is fixed. Do not wait until you finally feel fully confident or you have that perfect outfit even, right? Start with a few small shifts. Try the new color, test the neckline, put on the jewelry and take the picture and let yourself be seen. If you want a simple place to begin, go grab that worksheet inside the Facebook group. And if you want more personal help, reach out to me for a complimentary session so I can help you find your power colors in a more specific one-on-one way. You can reach me at michelle@michelledayrose.com. And next week, we're going to go even deeper with a 5-minute ritual to fall back in love with your face and the woman in the mirror. You know, this is my heart and joy and love. I love talking about this. So if this has stirred something in you, come back for that one too. And I'll see you next week.